journaling is very helpful for understanding yourself, but also to express better your ideas. It makes you to understand better the way you think and help you develop your own ideas. Finally, I am doing this video because I've been wanting to do it since ages ago. I've even been collecting more and more notebooks and just having the idea around, but I'm finally making it, even though I would like to change some of my notebooks in the future because some of them are a bit ugly, but they are truly useful. I use them with purpose. So I'm going to start with the ones I use the most, which are my notebooks for sketching. My sketchbooks. I have a lot of them. Well, 4. Honestly, it's not even that much. But I am going to start with my main sketchbook. It's not even the one I use the most, but it's the one I use for my best sketches, to put it like that. Not like random ideas, but like actually something I want to sketch good, to take the time to draw it. And it's this one, which I've had it since like 2021 or 2020. And the reason why I haven't finished it yet is because of that, because I take the time to do the sketches here. And some of them are really bad because I made them like 4 years ago. But actually the ones I'm doing right now, I'm really enjoying them and I'm really liking them. I also try to use it more often because again, with my perfectionism, I was trying to do the sketches perfect when they are sketches. They are literally sketches. They don't mean much aside from putting your idea down on paper and enjoying sketching for a while. So this is my main sketchbook. Now, this one, which is beautiful, it's absolutely beautiful, Gustav Klimt, he always included gold, or almost always included gold into his paintings. And I love that in this notebook, they actually cared for doing it with a golden metallic touch. And it's a hardcover, so I really like it. And this one's for my fashion sketches, because I also like fashion, and I sometimes when I look at a collection or a beauty look, I feel so inspired, and I don't know what to do with that inspiration because it's something that I cannot have, whether it's because of the money, the access I have to it, the resources, or simply because it's just something like a beauty look. Like, how can I have that? It's impossible. So I get too inspired, and I sketch those looks. I sketch fashion looks, fashion illustrations, beauty looks, makeup, and maybe some ideas. But it's usually just for fashion. That's one. Now, this is my little sketchbook, which I carry with me almost wherever I go, but not really, because it's actually a sketchbook I like to use as my main sketchbook, but just in a smaller size. So it's not really my travel sketchbook. Well, actually, it is. It is my travel sketchbook, and I try to finish every sketch I start here because it's like my main one just for traveling. And finally, this is a beautiful notebook I got from National Art Museum from Mexico City, UNAL. And I absolutely love this painting. I saw it in the museum, so I needed to have something with it. So I chose this notebook, and it's actually working for me as doing sketches, but not like perfect sketches, more like writing down my ideas and illustrating them, which most of the ideas come from my ugliest, but almost most important, which is this one. And yeah, it's just a very simple notebook. It's very cheap. You can find it at Walmart or at your local stationery store. And the reason why it's so ugly and so cheap, it's because I use it while I am basically asleep. And there's a reason for that, because I don't know if that happens to you, because I feel like for most people, the best ideas come at night. The problem is that my best ideas weren't coming like as I was brushing my teeth or as I was doing something else at night. It was just in that moment when I was half awake and half asleep. and I always forgot them in the morning, the next morning. So I chose to have like this horrible notebook aside my bed so I can literally with my eyes closed draw and kind of write something, and as soon as I wake up see it. So I remember actually because there are just random symbols. So if I see it probably that afternoon, I am never going to guess what was the actual idea. So I need to do it exactly the next morning that I have it fresh still in my mind. So I make a clearer sketch and I actually write down with readable words what was the idea about. So yeah, this one's very important, but it's very cheap because I treat it horribly. And a lot of those ideas, I actually write them in here and make the sketch to have it clearly and in a actual pretty notebook. Now, moving on from topics, let's talk about journaling. I don't journal that much, but I've been journaling throughout all of my life, and it's something I really, really like to do. But sometimes I have reflections about certain topics, and sometimes I just want to talk with myself about my feelings. So I have two separate notebooks for that. So this is my main journal. It's where I write my feelings, and I use it to understand myself really and just to try and to express what I am feeling at the moment, especially when I'm going through hard situations or difficult moments. I just like to write in this one, and it has a sentimental value also because my mom gave it to me when I was really, really little, but I never used it. And a couple years ago, I found it in my closet and I decided to use it for that. And she also wrote me a beautiful message. So I really like this one. And this is the one I use for reflections, for like thoughts I have, thoughts on beauty, on what's elegance, on time passing by, like different topics, maybe not deeply connected with my feelings, but just like some thoughts. I use this one and I absolutely love the cover. I love the artwork also. Um, I forgot who is the artist, but I'm going to put it here because the artwork is absolutely amazing. I don't know if you can see it pretty well because of the light, but I love it, and I love like the gothic typography right here. I love this notebook. And I also have these two little ones. The reason they're tiny is because I use them mainly to travel with them, even if I just go to a mall. Like, I don't necessarily need to go travel to another country. Because this one is the one where I like to write all of the quotes I gather from books I'm reading. And I have a lot of the Still Like an Artist book here. I love to write them because sometimes I highlight them while I'm reading, but I never open the book again. So by having them here and writing them down, it makes it easier to internalize those ideas and those phrases. And this one is where I write my own quotes and phrases because sometimes as I have ideas for paintings, I also have some like ideas for poems or thoughts, very short thoughts, and I like to write them here. And I also love that the cover is an artwork from Monet, and I absolutely love it. Now, moving on to the oldest, less pretty ones, are these two. Like, just normal, random notebooks I've had for a lot of years now. And one is for learning new languages, which is basically just French for me. So, this is my French notebook, but I just have like 3 pages left, and I've taken a lot of pages out of it. That's why it's so thin. Yeah, this is my French notebook where I write the vocabulary I learn through the days. Like I divide it by weeks and I write which new vocabulary I learned. And also maybe if I'm watching a video, write down the phrases and the words I don't understand and then I translate them and now I learn new things. So yeah, because right now I started with classes, but right now I'm just doing it all by myself. So I need to buy a new one because I don't like this one and it has only 3 pages left. But it really helps me to have a notebook just for my language studies. And this one, as I think it has like 1 page left, so I also need to buy another one. But I I really like this one because it's in Spanish we would use the word popurrí. It's just a bit of everything. A bit of everything I learned. Like maybe I'm watching a video about how to make clay jewelry and I took some notes, or about finances. Not my finances, but about learning how to invest, or random topics really, just about color theory or about social media. I just write it down here because to take notes when I'm watching a video about something I'm trying to learn really, really, really helps me to understand it better. It's not really about making notes, but just about internalizing and truly learning the information I'm watching from the video. So these were all of my notebooks, all of my journals and my sketchbooks and my random notebooks. And I don't know if there are many or not. Maybe you have more, maybe you have less, way less. But as a conclusion, I wanted to remind you that journaling is very helpful for understanding yourself, but also to express better your ideas. It makes you to understand better the way you think and help you develop your own ideas. And of course, I'll always tell you to bring like a little notebook with you to wherever you go, maybe for writing down only ideas, thoughts, sketching, all three in one. Like you don't have to have three separate notebooks for each thing. You can just have like one notebook to write your ideas, sketches, and everything, but have it with you all time because it really, really helps you to visualize more what you're thinking, to avoid forgetting it. And it's different from writing it down in your phone because when you type it, you're not giving your brain that much time to actually process the idea. And by writing it down, it would be easier for you to remember that idea. So, these were all of my tips and notebooks, and I really hope that you found something helpful in this. And as soon as I change these notebooks, I'm going to create maybe a deeper video about it. And I also been wanting to have one of those journals from Paper Republic. They're so beautiful, but I have too many notebooks already and they're pretty expensive. So I don't know, maybe I get one. If I do, I am going to make another video about it. And if you're still here, thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.